Hi, everybody. Elida Zweidler-McKay with Engaging Leadership, where we're all about helping you take your career to the next level. Whether you are currently in a job and feeling like it's time to move up, looking for that next promotion, or you're in between jobs and looking for the next role that's going to take your career to the next level, I am here today to talk with you about one of the things that I see that really holds people back. I talk to people all the time who are in different stages of their career. And the theme among all of them is that they really are wanting to move up. They're wanting to get to the next level, but something is holding them back. And usually it's some kind of doubt or fear. There are a lot of potential worries that come with thinking about taking that next step in your career, getting to that next level, whether you're going from being an individual contributor to managing a team, or whether you've been managing a team and now you're ready to go to leading a team of teams, or whether you're already at that level and now you're moving into executive or C-suite ranks. Every single one of those steps is a challenge and brings with it new fears, new worries, new challenges. So today I want to talk to you about some of those potential worries, and specifically the ones that have to do with the feelings of I'm not good enough. What if this doesn't work out? What if I take this leap and it turns out I'm not ready? What if I'll be in over my head? So, one of the things that I see is that people, on the one hand, are telling their boss that they're ready, or they're interviewing for that next level role. But if they haven't calmed that inner voice and handled those inner worries, those are going to show up in the background in those interviews and in those conversations. And without really knowing it, they're going to end up sending mixed signals in those conversations, so that their boss or the person interviewing them is going to feel like they're not ready, because that's what they're projecting. So I wanted to talk with you today about how you can really tackle that concern head on. So let's just take a look at it. So the concern of what if you're not ready, or what if you're not going to be good at it, or what if you really can't step into that next role, what if it's too much? The reality is that you probably won't be ready for that role, at least not at first. Very few people step into a promotion fully equipped with everything that they need to be successful in that role. And that can be a really scary prospect. I get it. If you're like most people, at some point you've probably experienced some shame from not knowing something that you were supposed to know, or not being prepared for something you felt like you should be prepared for, or not knowing what to expect, and then, kind of getting caught off guard. So chances are, some point in your life, or maybe many points in your life, you've had that experience where you've been caught a little out of sorts, caught a little off guard, and it's thrown you off your game. So there's a part of you that's trying to protect you from ever having to experience that again. And that is the part that is holding those worries of, what if I'm not ready? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm in over my head? Those old experiences can make it really hard to take risks now, but they don't have to continue to hold you back. And so, how do you free yourself and take the plunge anyway? Well, there are really three key components to be paying attention to, and those are presence, partnership, and performance. And I'm going to talk about each one of them and what they mean. So your presence is really about building your emotional capacity and your resilience to be fully in learning mode as you step into a new role, creating a deep sense of self-acceptance so that you have the bandwidth to be okay with not knowing, to be okay with not having all the answers, not feeling like you have to step into that job and know exactly what you're doing on day one, because the truth is there's no way you will. Even if you're making a lateral move, there will be new challenges in a different team, in a different company, in a different division. So there's no way to walk into a new situation knowing everything you need to know. So the thing to really prepare yourself for is, how do you create the conditions inside yourself for that to be okay, so that you don't panic or feel bad or beat yourself up for what you don't already know. So that's really what we're talking about when we talk about building your presence. It's not only that external executive presence where you come across like you know what you're doing, but it's also the internal executive presence where you're paying attention to your self-talk and you're seeing those kinds of debilitating thoughts or old patterns that might be getting in your way or having you feel not ready. The second piece to work on is your sense of partnership. building really strong and supportive relationships with the people around you, whether that's your new boss, your new colleagues, your new team members, all of the above, so that you're really bringing them onto your side so that they're helping you succeed. They want you to succeed and they're cheering for you. Building partnerships right off the gate in any new role is one of the most important things you can do. And ironically, if you don't have that executive presence and that emotional capacity set up, the feeling that you should already know is likely to keep you from building those partnerships and building those relationships. And those two things together then can really get you into a bind because you come into the situation feeling bad about what you don't know, feeling like you should know, and then shutting people out rather than pulling them in to help. So those are two really critical components. And then the third leg of the stool that I would work with anyone on if they're stepping into a new role is really about performance, keeping an eye on what you need to accomplish in your role, what the expectations are, investing in yourself so that you're building those skills and abilities as you go along, so that you have yourself set up for success with the tools, the skills, the metrics, the expectations clear so that you can be successful. When you have all three of those pieces dialed in, the presence, the partnerships, and the performance, that's when you can take on a new role, even if it's something that's brand new to you, even if you're not going to know everything about it, and really step in and be successful. Now, these are three of the five key components that I think it takes to thrive in any role in any organization, along with having a clear purpose and a well-developed sense of perspective about group dynamics and what's happening in the organization. When you have all five of these dialed in, you will be the kind of engaging leader that people want to work with. You'll feel confident and sure. You'll no longer be sending those mixed signals, and you'll become the obvious choice for that next promotion. So these five core skills are exactly what I work with clients to build. And to dig into that a little bit more, I invite you to check out my free webinar. You can go to zmcoach.net and look for the link. And in that free training, I cover the exact strategy that my clients use to get noticed and get ahead using those five core skills. I hope that you are able to check it out. I hope you find it helpful. And I look forward to talking with you at some point about your career and how we can leverage those five skills to get you to that next level. Take care.